We were spot on. Guys, we were extremely accurate with our recent XRP price prediction. Take a little bit of a look at this right here, guys. So I told you all yesterday and the day before, there's two main reasons why XRP is looking so bullish right now. One is we had a beautiful breakout here with a confirmation. Told you guys about this earlier. And two, we had a new bullish pennant that was about to break out to the bullish side. And yesterday in the evening, I even covered a video right here saying if you are not going long right now, not a problem, because these videos are not financial advice, but I wouldn't understand why not. And look exactly what happened a couple of hours later, right? We were talking about the most important buy-in point being 66.6 cents, so basically the 66666 mark, whatever. We are right now on our XRP trade at about 140% profit, on our Bitcoin trade in about 100% profit, meaning whatever money we put in about $300 here. Again, remember guys, there's two accounts. This is the YouTube account, so we basically put in money that is doable for most people, I think, all right? I think. Then again, not financial advice, but I am showcasing that it's definitely possible to do good in trading and make lots of money, or at least get somewhere without having $1 million, $5 million, $10 million, $20 million to go up front. So we basically put in about $330 at the 66.96 mark. So it's a little bit above 666 as I would have liked to get, but all right. And you can see here, we basically were buying in the moment that it started to break out. You should have actually bought in. I bought in a little bit earlier because I was already expecting it to break out, like I said, as we got our confirmation here on the daily chart for XRP. Now, having said that, what was our target? What was our price that we wanted to hit? As I've said a couple of times before, there's the two psychological barriers, 66666 whatever, and the 77777. You can see, guys, I did not add anything or didn't do anything to this chart today. You can already see a little line right there, right? You can see this line is at 0.77777 because that's a place where we basically hit this target time and time and time again. It's one of the most crucial resistances right now for XRP. And you can see again how perfectly it touched that before coming right back down. And guys, again, I don't mean to brag or anything along those lines, but I do want to say we were exactly spot on with that. And again, the Bitcoin prediction, I'm going to be honest with you and say, Bitcoin is a little bit confusing right now because even though we basically doubled our money, we put in $700 right now, we make $700 profit. I don't want to say that we were actually spot on with this. Why? Again, I play open card. Every single thing I say here is just exactly how I perceive it. No BS, no side stories, just exactly how I think about it. And so my thoughts about Bitcoin were, I'm going to tell that and share the story with you guys, is it looks on the short term, extremely bullish, but that is because we got a confirmation of the breakout on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, 50-minute, everything like that. So that's extremely juicy. But if we're looking a little bit further, as I said before, short term, I think we can actually take a long position, which again, I did, which is also to kind of combat the inverse correlation we saw in the stock market. I'll get to that in just a second. But longer term, I still cannot actually say that the bull run is now confirmed again. A lot of things changed the last night. I'll talk about that in just a second here. So on the short term here, what we're seeing is basically we saw a pretty nice pump, very good correction here in terms of a very nice bounce here from a crucial $41,000 mark, aka the big psychological barrier, aka the most important Fibonacci zone right here. And at this point, I told you guys yesterday, there's a very good chance on the short term we're going to keep continuing to pump. But if we look at the daily here, which I think I have open somewhere as well. All right, I don't have it open right now, but as we saw on the daily, basically, we did not get the breakout confirmation. I'm going to show it here. I should. And so the here you can see we got a breakout, and the candle afterwards was not a green candle, not a confirmation, and that kind of puts me back saying, ooh, okay, I don't want to actually open up a longer term Bitcoin long position. Now, to quickly combat the inverse correlation theory, we were basically talking about the fact that for this entire journey here, Bitcoin had a 1-to-1 correlation, and I told you all, well, because stocks were plummeting at that point, Amazon down or whatever, PayPal and Facebook down 25%, there was a good chance that Bitcoin was going to pump because of this and the stock market was going to fall, and it did happen. And you can see here how crazy it fell while Bitcoin was actually pumping, doing really good. Now that changed again during this little period because the Bitcoin price was pumping and the stocks were pumping, and so that's where I left off saying, well, maybe this inverse correlation is going to continue, and so we should actually open, this is around this time, we should open up a long position to combat the shorts in the stock market, and that has actually worked out. So again, I basically made money on Bitcoin for the wrong reason, but on the short term, we did actually also think we should open up a long position. Just longer term, it wasn't completely valid. But as I said just now, I made a video yesterday talking about Shiba Inu. Little fun face right there because it was a pretty, oh, it's right here. Because it was a pretty crazy event. Shiba Inu was pumping 20% on the hour. It all ties into this story. S&P is going to open up in a couple of hours here. You got to watch this, guys, because it ended off on a positive note. You can't really see it, but at the most important barrier at about 4,500 bucks. And Bitcoin, by the way, it's been playing ping pong for a little while. You can see here, I did not add anything in today, guys. I did not change anything. You can see the bounce off of $43,000 as was kind of expected to for an exit point that would have been. But that's besides the point. So Shiba Inu, this video yesterday, guys, was actually extremely important. Another video before that, I covered you see it right there? See it right there? I covered the McDonald's bottom signal. A couple of people were saying, since McDonald's called it out, that was the bottom. And I said, well, in theory, that's possible, but in reality, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But the reason it does, kind of, is because the moment that meme coins, specifically all meme coins were pumping yesterday, went up like 20%, 15% all in one day. That kind of showcased to me, and that kind of put me on the spot thinking again, like, there's a very good chance that if meme coins in a bearish market like this can pump so severely, that we're at a point where we got to be not necessarily scared, but joyful and thinking about the bull run being back, even though, again, it is not necessarily the highest likelihood if we follow only Bitcoin's price. But yeah, it's been really interesting. It's been a really interesting journey. Then again, I have another little, I guess, disclaimer for people. Once more, I've already said these videos are not financial advice, right? But when I'm telling you that I have crazy tips and insights, I mean it, guys. As I said yesterday as well, I made a video like weeks. I've been making it for weeks. I've been making multiple different videos about it. And it's basically in the do it right now, do this right now. And I think I made a couple of other videos of this sort. But let's basically come back to the do this now type of video. You know what I've said in there, guys? It is to hedge against the bullish side. Now, what does that mean? And what are we talking about? We're talking about the fact that if crypto goes up, you're most likely making a ton of money on your altcoins and whatnot, which is the situation kind of right now. I mean, VeChain is up. Every single thing is up. It's looking pretty damn juicy right now. XRP is actually fallen a little bit. It's up 13% on the daily still, though, guys. That is huge. It's the best performer in the top 10. Then again, Shiba Inu and stuff are up 20%, and a couple of other meme coins are basically doing really well. Now, that is usually what you get in a really bullish market, and so to kind of combat the downside, if we go in a bear market, usually your alts fall like 90% or so. To kind of combat that, we have a short position open with leverage, and that's basically you predict the price goes down for Bitcoin or whatever, and with leverage, you're making more money the more down it goes, rather than going up, basically. So you're basically evening your score out a little bit. Now, I've explained it a couple of times before. If you don't get it, guys, just keep watching the channel. I'll explain it in full detail. But the most important, I'm getting notifications somewhere. I think on the camera phone. So if you guys can hear that, sorry, but it is what it is, right? Your boy is getting attention now, you know, because we had a crazy call. Everybody's calling me, Dusty, you're so amazing with the Just kidding. Nobody cares about that. All right. But more importantly, the short, as I said as well, Binance covered exactly my idea in their latest newsletter. They send a newsletter to all their subscribers on email. Basically, everybody that uses Binance got this email, but they basically explained as well our strategy for. It's not like it's my strategy, right? Millions of people do this. It's not anything new. It's just something that's not been talked about too much in the crypto space. But yeah, it's funny how Binance actually made an email about that. I think yesterday we were talking about this for a long time here, and a lot of people called me crazy for it. A lot of people said, "Dusty, you're dumb. You should long when things look, when you should long at this point. You should DCA." And I'm telling you, well, DCAing is actually for people who have a lot of capital on the side who can kind of keep accumulating, but that is then adding to your portfolio. You're basically adding money to your already existing portfolio. What we're doing with the short position is basically covering within our own portfolio that we have right now against downside risk. So it's a pretty big difference if you think about it. If you just keep buying additional, yes, you're lowering your average price, but you're eventually getting more and more of the same asset, which again is going to keep going down as long as the price goes down. So yes, you're averaging a lower price, but the amount of money inside that little portfolio is going to keep getting higher. And so the lower it goes, the more you're hurting, basically. And again, even with the short position, you're going to be hurting the lower it goes, but it's going to be a little bit better, basically. So that's, again, a protection against your capital. And with leverage, guys, that is such a beautiful little insight. Then again, what are we thinking right now? What are we doing? I noticed a lot of you guys were also in with me going long on XRP. Right now, we have to, of course, wait a little bit because I honestly want to say let's go open crazy longs as well, because Bitcoin is retesting 43,000. Everything is looking juicy. We got to remember the fundamentals. Bitcoin did not show the bullish breakout that we wanted to see. However, on the newest, I'm going to say Fibonacci level, it did show a bullish breakout yet again. So it's kind of confusing. Let's wait for the stock market to open here. If we get a bullish open and we're seeing, right? So the stock market opens bullishly. If we're seeing that Bitcoin is not reacting inversely, I'm guessing Bitcoin XP everything long and go crazy with a pretty okay stop loss, right? Definitely have the stop loss right now or turn it back into a short position pretty quickly afterwards. But if you see the stock market is moving downwards and Bitcoin is moving downwards also, we got to be really careful right now because, again, we have some thin margins as we already had some crazy pumps right here, and it could be that things are going to fall back down. It's really dependent on the situation. I am not going to exit my long position. Why? Because I honestly don't really care. I just want to see the upside on these positions and then go wild. But this is just for the people who don't have a position open just going and who are wondering. I'm honestly thinking, let's wait this out a little bit further, as I want to tell you guys a lot of different things, but I just want to be as accurate as possible to hopefully make sure that the least amount of money people lose money on this. Then again, not financial advice. Do your own due diligence, do your own research, but these are our thoughts that I'd like to just quickly share with you all. So once more, these are our positions, XRP to USDT. So we basically open up a contract worth 5,000 XRP, or about $3,300, with only $300 of our own money. So we leveraged it by times 10. So we're using $300 to trade with $3,000. Our buy-in price was about 66 cents. Our liquidation price, which is when we lose our money. This, again, if the opposite happens, is it about 60 cents? 61, of course. And then for Bitcoin, I'm trying to check. I have to look over the microphone. We are trading with about 0.2 Bitcoin or $7.7 thousand with only $700 of our own money put in, and we're in about the same amount of profit right now. So the amount of money that we put in, and for XRP, again, we put in $300, we are up $400, meaning our total money is now, I'm going to say, about $800 for this, and for this one, it's about $1,550. So it's doing pretty damn good if you ask me. Guys, I'm really excited about the future of crypto, as you guys already know. Short term, it's really confusing, really scary. We knew this move for XRP yesterday. Right now, we have to wait and see what's gonna happen. I have my long position open still. Let me know down below if you're trading something right now. And again, did you know that we called this out? Or do you call me a liar? Or are we stupid? Let me know down below. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video very shortly here, guys. I'm going to put a lot of videos out today, so make sure you subscribe to the channel.